What's up? We're back. Um, been a while. Been, I don't know, like maybe 4 months since the last one. Passed that account and then had to take a break from school, and then they shut me out because I hadn't taken a trade in like 2 months. So we're back. New room, new setup, new strategy. Actually, we'll get into that in a second. So yeah, we're back. Honestly, I won't dilly dally too much. I just moved into our new house, and this is just sort of I go to school. I'm in school, so new setup, new whole new thing. Stuff isn't really gonna change, but we're back trading. Thank God, finally. I've missed the charts very much. That sounds like really cringy and cliche, but all right, let's just shut the fuck up and get into it. I was just stopped out because of market close, unfortunately. So, actually, let me look real quick. So, wait, let me show you. Actually, hello, can you see me? Can you see that? Does everything look good? Can I move? Okay, there we go. So we're in Top Step. I think I got stopped out like right. Well, I guess right at 410. Market closed, so I got stopped out right here. Kind of sucks because this is gonna hit because it like supply and demand is so much more fundamental, and you can like really kind of trust it a lot more than I think I've trusted with my other strategies. And I'm definitely looking forward to what's coming next. So before actually we get into that, I'm just going to explain it real quick. Supply and demand is, there's supply zones, so you have a move up. Remember. Supply zones are areas of interest before a move up, and then there's a break structure, and then a retracement down. So if this is our area of interest, we see a break of structure right here. Some other thing over here will constitute where your sort of peak point is, I guess, and then when your retracement down back into your zone here, into your supply zone, demand zone, and your area of interest. Same thing with downtrend, something will constitute a lower low, and then retrace back up into our supply, like that. So hopefully that makes sense. If not, we'll go into an example. This is a trade I took yesterday. Didn't film it. Not gonna film it because this was like a test. It worked, as you can tell. This is today's trade, and I actually tried to record this like 5 minutes ago, and it didn't save. So we're gonna go into the hourly to an example that I had. So, like I said, there's like areas of interest, supply and demand zones. Down here we see a supply zone. I think I'm new to this. I think supply is bearish and demand is bullish. So yeah, basically we have. I actually shouldn't be looking at this. We have this area. I'm gonna move it like there. We have this move up. This move up here. This move down, and then a larger move up. You can see that with the blue sort of coloring. Now, this isn't a trade that I took. This is just an example that I'm showing you to sort of illustrate like what supply and demand kind of looks like. We see this area of interest. The area of interest is like sort of illustrated by the candle before the move up, the initial move up, and like so you sort of outline this candle of where price will end up. You see these are previous highs get swept out. Like again, this is not a sweep. We understand that this is more of a sweep because we have full candle above, and then we sweep down into our area of interest. But before we do that, we break structure here, and we actually come down into this gap, break structure here. The most important thing when entering, whether you're bullish or bearish, is understanding where you're going to retrace. If you want to take a trade that's, I'm all for just waiting until, there's nothing wrong with just waiting until you exit your area of interest. I mean, this would be a completely valid trade, but if you're really trying to trade on the reversal, you need to just be wary of all different previous price action sort of confluences. You see this lower low here. All right, are we gonna sweep this lower low? We do, but are we gonna continue? Because you can see, there's significantly more. There's a low here, there's a low here, and then it doesn't actually fill until this low here. And you can kind of also see where this retracement would be, because this is also followed by a fair value gap, so it would be an inverse fair value gap, tracing us all the way back up. So there's a move up. Have to see a break of structure. If you don't see a break of structure, it's a rejection to the other side. That's important. We'll get into that in a second. You see liquidity sweep here, BOS, whatever, comes all the way down into your area of interest, goes down lower into breaks, sweeps here, enters this gap, and those are just previous orders getting filled, because this is a pretty solid move up as well, which you can, we could go in. There's examples, you could do this literally on the 1 minute time frame. It's everywhere, but it's the larger moves that are a lot more lucrative, I guess. So we get a larger move up, and you can honestly you could go until the previous high. The previous high is kind of where you want to go in terms of a take profit point. So this would be an incredible trade. It's just fundamental shit. And so moving into my trade today, this morning, we're in the hourly, and this is exactly what I mean. We see a larger move up, so you can see exactly where I wrote out my original bias. I was originally bearish, gonna predict this larger move up, or this larger move down. So we have a move up, that's our high, and then most likely have a move down into this area, but we didn't have a move down because we rejected. So, because price rejected, because we didn't enter here. We saw this liquidity get swept. I wish I could. I'll just delete everything real quick. We see this get swept, sort of inversing this gap. If we continued lower, but this is why you wouldn't take a trade. You really shouldn't take a trade when you're entering your supply zone, because you would expect price to move up to this high, broke structure to the previous high, sweep down. It probably will continue to sweep down, just it will take a lot longer consolidation. And then once you reach this area here, this area of interest, you wait. So there's previous lows here. You have this low. And then this gap. So honestly, price will probably end up, as we trade over the next couple days, price will probably end up retracing down into here. Now, again, this is without news affected it. I literally just saw that Trump announced some crazy dome that's going to cost billions of dollars. So that'll honestly push the market more bearish as we continue into Asian and London session. Up until the morning, New York AM is probably going to be bearish. So we transition into here, and then we go for a larger move up, which will break up into these highs. So I was sort of attempting to trade within that once I saw the rejection, because I knew that we were going to reject. Once I saw the rejection here the first time, I knew that we were going to flip bullish. So that's my original bias was bearish. Just take a second. A huge thing with supply and demand over other confluences or sort of strategies is it's a big patience waiting game. Everything is a waiting game, but it is. You can even see I was even going to trade into here early, and you really shouldn't. It's all about patience. But then when you move into the hourly, they all tell a different story, because when we move into the 5 minute, you can see how it even creates its own supply and demand zone within a larger area. So you see that it rejected here, proving to flip bullish, which is exactly what I saw once it rejected. So we reject, and we see just like a perfect example of sort of what you want here. You see this is more of a bearish flip to bullish supply and demand. So we see this area up here, which is like our initial candle before our move down. We wait for price to break or sweep to our lower low, which is right here, which it does. And honestly, like it goes down to here, you know, whatever, it sweeps into this one of these gaps. I think one of these gaps is on the hourly. Literally sweeps into this gap. You would think it would fully fill, but it doesn't. You know, there's gaps on the 5 minute. So gap on the 5 minute right here, right here. And then once you enter back into your area of interest, which is exactly where price is going, it'll go right up back into your area of interest, and then it will continue lower, bearish, which supports this overall move of here. So I am kind of trading the early version of supply and demand, you know what I mean, the move before the move, which is probably not smart. I should probably stay more patient, but this was just like kind of too obvious to not take advantage of. And like, yeah, and you can also, like, you know, it kind of flips as well. Like if you have like this area here, I mean, these are all constituted as like moves up, you know what I mean? Like if we go like even here, the initial move up, like this is a big area, but like we clearly retrace into here and flip. So this is like, I wouldn't even say this is like the before the move, because like, you know, you can see these moves, like this is a candle right here before like switching into a larger move. So, but again, this with this sort of choppy price action right here, that's why it will probably end up flipping bearish, because there's not like a consistent flow. Like here you can see a consistent candle with a larger move down. These are sort of choppy, like consolidated, like move bullish, but like, so that sort of supports, like, again, why I was bullish on this. So hasn't hit take profit yet. I got stopped out because of market close, but you know, like this is probably gonna move up, continue to move up. But you can also see like this right here is a move. You know, like this candle right here could be that, this right there could be your trade done and dusted. I mean, honestly, go up to here, done. That could be your trade of the day. Now, hopefully, it does go fill these. I mean, this is a lot of resting liquidity up here. Even from here to just like this whole area is a lot of resting liquidity. So it should, again, continue higher. We're just consolidating in this inverse gap. I mean, not consolidating. We are retracing into this inverse gap. And so, yeah, that's kind of like what I've been doing these past, you know, I just got into supply and demand like a week ago, and, you know, it's when I think I've been trading for maybe through 3 years now. And yeah, so, and you can, here, I can also go into this. This is going to be a longer video already. So this is the first trade that I took before. You can see a larger move up, which helps with this. We see a sweep right here, and then it rejected here. I don't really know why, but but you move up again. I was just waiting. Like, I saw that it was going down, but it just like I thought that we were just filling this gap, and then we retraced up, broke like sort of level with these highs, and then we continued our move down. And this move down is true. I mean, it went all the way down to our initial interest zone. Like, bam, that could be your trade right there. It's so fundamental and so easy to understand. It's just you really just have to be patient, and it is like more of a waiting game. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Today's Tuesday. I'll be back tomorrow. Take another trade. I'm hoping, looking into price action for tomorrow. This is just looking bearish for me. I mean we are just in the middle of a peak high. I mean, if we look into like the 4 hour, honestly, and then hide this. This is like just straight up. We have this area of interest here. I wish I could can I delete all my drawings? Remove drawings. All right. So we have this here. This area. This gap inversed. But I do think, yeah, this gap, inverse gap, there's a lot. We are heavy bearish, heavy bullish right now. But, yeah, I honestly don't know. You never really know. But, yeah, that's what I would honestly say moving into the future. We enter into this area, and then push higher, hopefully. I mean, who knows? Market sentiment. Yeah, push down into these areas and move higher. So, yep, that's all for me today. Total P&L was said $80 or something, $81. So, hey, slow motion is better than no motion, Oh, okay. Bye, tomorrow.